shine on Happy Camper Life. We're loving, living, and learning online on Happy Camper Life.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney and I'm your host of the podcast, My Camp. So I want to welcome you here today. You're joining me live from the HC, also known as the Head Counselor Cabin. And you've come to the place to just talk about camp. That's all we're going to do. Talk about my camp, your camp. We're going to talk about camps. So I'm really excited today to bring in and introduce my new friends from Happy Trails for Kids, an amazing sleepaway camp in Southern California. But my friends September Suker and Nadia Gonzalez, thank you so much for joining us today. Every camp really focuses on has like a unique niche and really focuses on a really unique population of kids. So tell us a little bit about Happy Trails for Kids, who is a camper at Happy Trails for Kids?
So I'll go ahead, Nadia. So Happy Trails was started in 1982 for children with chronic illnesses by the founder of our program, Pepper Edmiston. And because her son David had leukemia. After David passed, his sister Sue Abrams, who's an attorney at the Children's Law Center, wanted to have a camp program for children in foster care. So in 2009, Happy Trails started serving youth in foster care. So in 2009, Happy Trails started the program for youth impacted by foster care. We serve exclusively kids in foster care, ages 7 to 17, and about 75% of our staff are also former foster youth.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I come in, because in 2009 is when I found out about Happy Trails myself. I was going through a case with my family, and Lindsay, who is now our executive director, sorry. She came up to me towards the end of I got to know her more because I was going to the court days with my family, and it was a constant days that we will see each other. And towards the end of our case, she came up to me. She knew I was going to graduate high school already, so I guess she was already working with Sue and starting the camp. And she asked me if I wanted to work as a camp counselor, and I was like, maybe, yeah, I think I would like. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if I can. I was going through a lot as we were going through court and everything, so it was hard for me to tell if I was gonna be at the same home and giving her my address and things like that. But she asked me for my email, and I actually checked my email when I was 18, like at that time. And yeah, it was an interview date. They asked me what is it that I wanted to do. I always want to work with kids. It's honestly my passion to be working with kids. And yeah, first year I went, I was hooked. Not only did I share a life experiences with some of the staff that were there, but also the children that were going through stuff. And I don't know, it made me really wanted to help and just try to give a better week, some better days. That was basically the point of everything. But yeah, that's ever since then I've been part of it for more than 10 years that it's been running, and it's been great.
Because I know a lot of times these kids that are in the foster care program and are jumping from, home to home or house to house, the one thing that they're really lacking is that consistency. And I know that that's really one of your missions of in Happy Trails for Kids, is providing these kids with this kind of consistency. So tell me a little bit more about how you at Happy Trails really work together to bring this kind of like one sense of consistency and normalcy to the life of your campers.
Right. So once a camper starts at our program as a camper, they have to have an open court case. But even if they get reunified with family, they get adopted or placed in another home, they're always part of the Happy Trails family. And in addition to our summer camp program, we run year-round reunion programs. So I believe in the past couple of years, we've run about 26 reunion events throughout the year. So many touch points where we can stay consistent and connect with our kids, so they're part of a community.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
at those, not only do we do the reunion events, but at camp too, some of the kids get to return to camp, and year by year they get to know each other, they make connections. It's great to see some of them remember each other even after a whole year has gone.
So tell me a little bit about your location. You don't have your own dedicated like summer camp spot. So how do you find and pick like the best places for your Happy Trails program in the summer?
Right. No, that's our dream, is to have our own location.
Mhm.
But
we don't have one yet, but hopefully soon.
yeah, hopefully sometime soon we'll have our own location. But we go and we visit the sites, and we look at the layout and the living situation and make sure that it's appropriate. About half of our kids are on medications, so we need to make sure that there's a health office there that's easily accessible for the kids, that that they're able to get to. Some of our kids have different disabilities, and I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. We were just like about your location, how it's your dream to have your own dedicated Happy Trails for Kids drive up through the driveway with the sign over, right, that says Happy
That's
Trails
our dream.
for Kids.
That's our dream. That's our dream to have. I know they've been looking for spots, and it's been on the talks in the works, but I know it's a lot of work. It's hard. September, there's a lot. She carries camp well, and we had some really cool locations already that we've been to. They definitely have a lake, and some of them have horseback riding that the kids, sometimes it's the first time that they ever even seen a horse, and it's great to even give them those experiences. To be out there in nature alone for myself, it's been great, and just to have the kids around and being with them and supporting them and giving them all these activities to do, that just kind of gets their mind not away, not ignoring things, but just for a little bit, just to have that comfort of, I can actually be a kid, I can do things like this, there's summer camp, and I can go to it too. Like, I don't have to have my family, they're not limited to it just because their family is not signing them up. Like, they have somebody actually supporting them to also sign them up, which is, I think, what is really great about Happy Trails and why I love working for them.
Camp is an escape, whether you're 15 or 45 or wherever you come from, being able to have a place where you can escape your realities, and you don't have to be a student or a foster kid. You're just a kid, doing stuff that kids do outside, and that's got to be like so amazing for for kids in foster care specifically. So take me through a typical day. What's it like to be a Happy Trails camper from the moment like they get up? Take me through a typical day.
Do you want to go ahead?
I mean, September is up really early, and she's inspecting everything and giving announcements, waking everybody up. And then there is we have the junior counselors who go and inspect the cabins, just to see, making sure that they have it clean. We don't want any of those loose socks. By the end of the week, we have things that we're trying not to keep. We want to give everything back. So we have breakfast. Breakfast consists of having we meet outside. We all line up and kind of hang out while we're waiting for breakfast, and we sing songs. Announcements happen there, and then we have breakfast.
Oh wait, stop, time out. You just said my magic word. We sing songs. So okay, Nadia, sing to me a song that you sing for your breakfast, Nadia. Sing to me your favorite camp song. Let's go.
That I have. I don't know. I feel like for a while we were stuck on Baby Shark. I'm not gonna sing that song. Well, that was
Three Little Muffins.
Oh yeah, we're 3 little muffins in the bakery shop. I don't really know the lyrics. Tell me how to help me. There were 3 little muffins in the bakery shop.
You know, the kind with the
The
honey.
honey and the nuts on top. Along came a girl with a penny to spare.
She bought herself a muffin and she walked out of there.
And there were 2 little muffins in the bakery shop. The kind with the honey and the nuts on. Yeah, so that's one of the songs. But we have a few, and that makes it really fun too.
I'm gonna need to learn that for this summer, because I need to build my own camp song repertoire. So Nadia, we're chatting again when this is over.
Yeah.
But I love that. So do you? So I know, like you mentioned, like cleaning up, teaching them showing them, responsibility and how to clean. A lot of these times these kids think just moving the broom is sweeping, and that's not necessarily like how to sweep. So there's so many great life skills that you teach at camp too. So is there like a meal that the kids look up to that's like the one thing that they're going to have that week? Because your camp session is 1 week, right? We're kind of jumping around here. So is a session with Happy Trails like 1 week, 7 days?
It's 6 days actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted to go back to the cleaning part. Our cabin inspections are really important. This is like a big deal. And it's not just a clean cabin. It's about showing teamwork and camp spirit. And they can earn more points by singing a song or making a friendship bracelet or having something that goes like a skit that goes with our camp theme. And there's 2 winners. There's a boys cabin and a girls cabin. And they're selected by our junior counselors who do the inspections. But the winners get the golden plunger. And that's just a big deal to win the golden plunger and be presented that at breakfast.
Mhm.
So every day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They get to go first in line for meals because they have the golden plunger.
Ooh, that's a big deal. So there's a new golden plunger winner every day.
2 new plunger winners.
2 plungers.
Yes.
Do they each get to carry their own plunger, or do they have to share it through the course of the day?
The cabin shares it. It's an actual real plunger that's
Plunger.
gold.
Love it. I'm going to take notes. Ooh, this is a good one for this summer too. I love it. How do you celebrate birthdays at Camp Happy Trails?
Last year, you want to go for it?
We have a big, wide, all camp surprise birthday party where everybody will come in and they'll be like, whose birthday is it? And we're like, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. So it's everybody's birthday.
Yeah, because it was hard to meet. I mean, not all the kids that we have are their birthday on it, but we do like to celebrate their birthday. So we just thought we should just do it every year now. For meals, I know you asked about meals. If they have a meal that kids look forward to, I know there's dessert, and they always look forward for dessert after every meal. But one of the activities that I think we're big on, especially for us, is the big party that we have on Friday or the day before we go home. It's one of the biggest parties that we have we try to have at the site, and everybody is invited, and some of the kids even dress nice. There's the DJ, there's snacks. It's one of the things that we look forward to as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Because I know a lot of these kids too may not get a traditional birthday party. So to be able to recognize like everybody's birthday has just got to be like a lot of fun for your camp.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then the kids receive a birthday card. They all get a cupcake, but the birthday card has camp dollars in it. And the camp dollars that they use, they can use to buy things in our camp store. And we have an incredible camp store with clothing and toys and shoes and books. And the kids get to leave camp with things that they purchased with their own money that either they got for their birthday or that they earned, because they all get to earn camp dollars throughout the day, throughout the week, for good behavior, for trying new things, conquering their fears. And so they'll get to shop in the camp store, which is a highlight of camp. And then they leave with things that are their very own.
That's amazing. So do you have any favorite camp games that you'd like to share? What are some of your favorite
Gaga Ball is one of my favorite. It's always a big hit with the kids, and watching the game is even fun. That's
do you get Gaga knuckles?
No. I got hit in the face by accident once, just because it gets that intense. It gets really intense, and you have to monitor because the kids get really into it. They'll some of the kids have even busted some of the craziest tricks to avoid that ball, and it's been amazing. Gaga Ball is.
I had to learn the rules of Gaga Ball this past summer in order to referee Gaga games for our Olympics, and I didn't realize there were so many rules, and it definitely gets a little bit crazy. So one of the things that I like to do on my camp is we love to play, camp games, right? What's camp without a game? And so my favorite game, one of my favorite camp games is called the 7-second challenge. Are you familiar with the 7-second challenge?
What is
All right. So the 7-second challenge, I give you 7 seconds to create or complete a number of tasks. How does that sound? All right,
Sounds
cool.
fun.
it?
Yay. All right. So I'm even going to
Do
take
it.
off my watch so I can use my, actually like time you down here. Okay. So Nadia, we'll start with you. We'll let the young one go. Okay. September, I'll let you off the hook. All right, Nadia. So in 7, can you make up a new holiday in 7 seconds? Go.
A new what? Sorry, I got off.
Okay. You have 7 seconds to create a new holiday. Go.
A new holiday. It will be Saint Santa's Day.
Ooh, okay. You have 7 seconds to cry like a baby.
Wow.
All right, you have 7 seconds to say the alphabet backwards.
In Spanish,
Yes.
Z, X, Y. I'm not gonna say that.
All right. A for effort.
Good
All
job.
right, go you. So September, how many kids are you able to serve during a week of camp?
We typically serve 120 kids at camp. This year, we're going to do 3 weeks, which will be great. A big thing that we try to do is reunify siblings that are in different homes and bring them together at camp so they can experience camp together. They'll be able to have meals together, even if they're in different age groups and at different cabins, they'll be able to have their meals together. And it's often, many of the kids live quite far from their sibling, or a caregiver will have too many kids in their care to make those special arrangements to have the siblings, have these special activities for the kids to do, to see each other.
How often do you find that kids in the foster system are separated from their siblings? Is that
All the time.
mostly that's like the case?
A lot of the times. I have I probably shouldn't say it. Well, we have a set of quadruplets and they're all in different homes.
Wow. So then how do you then decide? I know you said you try to make this to be an opportunity to for a temporary sibling reunification, but how do you decide who gets to come? I know like Southern California, you've got tens of thousands of kids in the foster care system and you're servicing 400. So how do you get to choose those lucky 400?
Right. There's over 30,000 kids in the foster care system in LA County alone. So we do it based on need, based on speaking with the social workers or the CASAs, even sometimes the caregivers. Kids that we know, we bring back. A lot of the kids get to return because Happy Trails does become their family.
Right.
And then we always are bringing in new kids. So that's why it's really important to try to offer as many weeks as we can. Our dream is to run a whole summer and be able to provide this opportunity for kids in foster care all throughout the summer.
Because you mentioned that this summer, you're going to hopefully do 3 weeks of camp. So how many weeks were you able to do last summer?
2.
On a typical
2.
summer?
We've only done 2 in the past. We did do 3 a couple years ago, but with the pandemic, we only hosted 2.
Yeah. Well, after the pandemic, even during the pandemic, we were able to serve the kids. We right away went virtual. And to have camp, we had a whole week of camp as well, where we were doing a virtual and we were sending materials for arts and crafts. It was a whole show, and I mean, we still tried our best to stay connected with many kids as we could. And through collaborating, we ended up finding about Happy Camper Hangouts. And
wow, so explain. So tell me a little bit. What are the Happy Camper Hangouts?
Right now, the Happy Camper Hangouts, it also started because of pandemic, but it's just a place where we can hang out virtually with kids, and it's kind of like a camp, and we're playing games. We have sometimes we have some people that come and they teach us their skills and share some of their input or life tips that they want to share with the kids. And yeah, I enjoy it. I miss it actually. We haven't done it since Christmas. Do
you have good participation with the kids virtually? Do they have access to technology and the internet they need?
Right. In the beginning of the pandemic, we started a tutoring program also. And we found that there were a needs, even though some of the schools were providing devices, about 50 of our kids did not have them. So we ran a drive and we were able to provide 50 more kids devices.
Great.
And then they were able to participate in our virtual summer camp, virtual winter camp, and our Happy Camper Hangouts. And it just develops. Happy Camper Hangouts is a community where the kids can reconnect with their friends and their camp counselors. Camp doesn't end because summer camp has ended. They can always come back to their camp community with Happy Camper Hangouts.
And that's really the strength of camp. No matter where you come from or who you are, or who, it is that community. It's like a secondary safety net for your kids, for the adults. And it really, there's nothing like a camp friend and of sharing that experience. So to be able to provide that for your kids in the 10 months outside of the 2 is just really outstanding. That's
right.
So great.
It was really cool because when, we were doing everything virtual for quite a while, and we had so many kids that were new to us, new to our program, just interacting with us virtually, but we felt like we knew them. By the time we did our real in-person summer camp this past summer, we're like, finally in person, we get to see them and hug them. And it was incredible because it was like, we knew them for this whole year, but just their face.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was great.
Yeah. It takes that like breaking the ice newness away, that anxiety that you might have on the first day of camp that, makes it a little bit easier when you can see those familiar faces. So, thank God for technology. It's, it has its good days and its bad days for sure.
Yeah.
So I know that running a camp is not easy. It's so hard and it's very expensive. And you guys are doing this without your own location. Like you are finding locations every summer. That in itself has to be a complete and utter headache. So what are your needs, Happy Trails for Kids? Like what is your dream wish list of things that can just, what's your ask? What can we do for you?
We would love to have our own property to where we can provide these experiences for the kids all summer long. But at the very least, we would love people to sponsor kids. We want to be able to provide this opportunity for more kids. We're turning away about 100 kids each summer. I have a wait list that I just can't fill because we can't bring the kids. So if you can donate and help out Happy Trails and support youth and foster care, go to our website, www.happytrailsforkids.org. We have a donate button. The money will go directly to bringing kids to camp and supporting the reunion events, giving these kids the opportunity to see their friends, their family, and their camp counselors that they look up to.
Incredible. So guys, right now, happytrailsforkids.org. Learn more about it. It's incredible, guys. Thank you, September and Nadia, for sharing your story, for telling us more about Happy Trails for Kids. You guys are doing amazing work in Southern California, and if we can just have your spirit generate across the country, it would be really wonderful to provide this opportunity for kids nationwide. So thank you again, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, again, go back to happytrailsforkids.org. If you want to listen to any other great podcasts, check them out where you get your podcasts, or on YouTube for Happy Camper Live. I look forward to seeing you back here in the HC so we can talk more about camp. I'll save us more for you. Peace.
Take a moment to shine.